Okay girls, in the previous video we have discussed up to example number 4 we have already discussed. So now I am coming back. हमने ये definition की थी limit की. So ये rest of article 5 you can just go through it, give it a reading for yourself. So next is article 6. I am going to discuss article 6 now. So in article 6 they are saying if limit x approaches to a f of x exists finitely, then prove that it is unique. So if possible, let us suppose that limit x approaches to f of x is equal to L and limit x approaches to f of x is also equal to L dash, where L is not equal to L dash. Why I have taken this? Because we have to prove that limit is unique. So I am starting with a contradiction that if possible, limit is not unique and limit x approaches to f of x can have two answers, that is L and L dash, which are different from each other. Now we know that if we have two numbers, either they are less than or greater than or equal to. So since they are not equal to, so we can assume any one of them. So we have assumed L dash is greater than L. So if L dash is greater than L, then L dash minus L will be a positive number. So let epsilon be equal to L dash minus L divided by 2, and epsilon is always positive. So we have to choose a positive number. So that is why we have assumed L dash is greater than L. Now why I have chosen epsilon is equal to L dash minus L by 2, this you will get to know later. So now see, if limit x approaches to f of x is equal to L, then by definition of the limit, for a given epsilon greater than 0, however small, we can find a positive real number delta 1 such that f of x minus L का modulus is less than epsilon for x minus a modulus is less than delta 1. This was the limit definition of limit, that f of x lies in the epsilon neighborhood of L whenever x lies in the delta 1 neighborhood of a. Similarly, limit x approaches to f of x is also equal to L dash. That means for given epsilon positive, however small, we can again find a positive real number delta 2 such that f of x lies in the epsilon neighborhood of L dash whenever x lies in the delta 2 neighborhood of a. Now let us choose delta is equal to minimum of delta 1 and delta 2. What we have to do? We have to prove that limit is unique. So basically I want to prove that L is equal to L dash, whereas I have started by taking L is not equal to L dash. So now let us take mod of, let us see कि L minus L dash क्या होगा. Since L dash is greater than L, so L dash minus L will be a positive number. So L dash minus L is equal to mod of L dash minus L, because L dash minus L is positive, so positive number का mod उसकी equal होता है. So now what I have done, I have done minus fx and plus f of x. So L dash minus fx को अलग कर लिया and fx minus L को अलग कर दिया. Now we have this inequality that a plus b modulus is always less than equal to a modulus plus b modulus. You can check this by taking any two numbers. Say if I take a is equal to 2, b is equal to minus 5. Then 2 minus 5 will be 3, minus 3, and minus 3 ka mod will be 3. Whereas 2 mod plus 5 mod will be 7. So a plus b mod is always less than equal to a modulus plus b modulus. So similarly here, this is a and this is b. So a plus b modulus is less than equal to a modulus plus b modulus. Now this can be written as f of x minus L dash, because a minus b mod is equal to b minus a mod, and this is as it is. Now this is less than epsilon, f of x minus L dash is less than epsilon, as well as f of x minus L dash is less than epsilon. So this is less than 2 epsilon. Yes. So L dash minus L is equal to 2 epsilon, और जो हमने epsilon की वैल्यू चूज़ की थी यहाँ से L dash minus L by 2, तो यहाँ से 2 epsilon फिर से L dash minus L आ जाएगा. सो इसका मतलब आई एम गेटिंग L dash minus L, अगर मैं ये सारे रिलेशंस देखूँ तो एक स्ट्रिक्टली लेस देन आ रहा है यहाँ पे. सो आई एम गेटिंग L dash minus L is strictly less than L dash minus L, which is a contradiction, because a number cannot be strictly less than itself. 2 cannot, we can write 2 less than or equal to, so equality will hold, but 2 cannot be strictly less than 2. So our supposition is wrong. इससे पहले ये स्टेप रह गया डिस्कस करना. यहाँ पे देखो, हमने जब डेल्टा लिया है मिनिमम ऑफ डेल्टा 1 एंड डेल्टा 2. सो आई वॉज इन दिस हियर, आई वॉज सेइंग this is A, that x lies in delta 1 neighborhood of A. Here I was saying x is lying in the delta 2 neighborhood of A. So delta जो है इन दोनों से छोटा है, डेल्टा 1 और डेल्टा 2. सो इसका मतलब मैंने ये ले लिया डेल्टा. यस, सो आई हैव टेकन डेल्टा एज मिनिमम ऑफ डेल्टा 1 एंड डेल्टा 2, बिकॉज हमने जो नेबरहुड लेना होता है वो स्मॉलेस्ट पॉसिबल लेना होता है. सो इन दोनों में से जो छोटा है उसको कंसीडर किया अगर, सो यहाँ पे भी डेल्टा आ जाएगा एंड यहाँ पे भी डेल्टा. तो इसी को उन्होंने कंबाइन करके यहाँ पे दोबारा लिखा है और फिर इन दोनों रिजल्ट्स को यहाँ पे यूज़ किया है. सो हैंस लिमिट, इफ़ लिमिट एग्जिस्ट्स फाइनाइटली देन इट इज़ ऑलवेज यूनिक. सो ये आर्टिकल आपको पेपर में भी आ सकता है. Then article 7, limit x approaches to f of x is equal to L, then f is bounded in deleted neighborhood of A. So इसको आप एक रीडिंग दे देना. Next is Cauchy's criteria, which is very very important. So just have you seen कि whenever you were getting questions like this, that by use of definition of limit show that limit exists. So Cauchy's criteria is even based on a broader concept. डेफिनेशन में हमें L पता है. सो वी से दैट f of x lies in the epsilon neighborhood of L. But what if L is not known? That we do not know actually what will be the value of the function in neighborhood of a point. So Cauchy's criteria में, let us first read it. Limit x approaches to A, f of x limit x approaches to a f of x exists finitely if epsilon greater than 0, however small, there exists a positive real number delta such that f of x1 minus f of x2 is less than epsilon for 0 less than xi minus a modulus less than delta, where I is equal to 1, 2. Now see what they were saying. They are saying f of x1 minus f of x2 modulus is less than epsilon whenever xi minus a modulus is less than delta. So xi minus a का मतलब क्या हुआ, I is equal to 1, 2 दिया उन्होंने. That means x1 minus a modulus is less than delta and x2 minus a modulus is less than delta. Now let us see this in detail. So x1 minus a modulus less than delta means x1 lies in the delta neighborhood of A. So let us consider this delta neighborhood of A. So that means x1 lies in the delta neighborhood of A, let this be x1, and x2 also lies in the delta neighborhood of A. So let this be x2. So when you will find f of x1, so this will go like this, you can see, and यहाँ पे कहीं पे आपका corresponding f of x1 बन जाएगा. Similarly x2 अगर मैंने ये लिया है ऐसे and it goes like this, so यहाँ पे आपका f of x2 बन जाएगा. So you can see clearly that difference between f of x1 and f of x2 is very less. So f of x1 and f of x2 lies in the epsilon neighborhood of each other. That means when I am taking points close to A, the values of the function are also very close to each other. So in this case we need not find the value of L. So when the limit of the function is not known to us, so then this definition can be used, and this definition is more generally used to prove that the limit does not exist actually. So the limit x approaches to, let us reread it. The limit x approaches to f of x exists finitely if given epsilon positive, however small, there exists a positive real number delta such that f of x1 minus f of x2 modulus is less than epsilon for xi minus a modulus less than delta. So that means if x1 and x2 lies in the delta neighborhood of a, then f of x1 and f of x2 lies in epsilon neighborhood of each other. So basically difference between them is very less. They are approximately very near to each other. So proof इसका बहुत ही easy है. So they have supposed let limit x approaches to f of x is equal to L exists finitely. Then by definition, for given epsilon positive, however small, there exists a positive real number delta such that f of x1 minus L will be less than epsilon by 2 whenever x1 lies in the delta neighborhood of a. यहाँ पे a ही आएगा, अल्फा नहीं आएगा. And similarly, f of x2 minus L modulus is less than epsilon by 2 whenever x2 minus A modulus is less than delta. Yes? So always remember, ये जो हमने epsilon लेना होता है ये बहुत छोटा होता है. So you can take this epsilon as 0.1 or you can take this as 0.05 or you can take this as 0.005. So this epsilon is very small. वी आर टेकिंग हेयर एप्साइलन बाय 2. यहाँ पे स्टूडेंट्स कन्फ्यूज़ हो जाते हैं. सो ये क्यों लिया हमने? क्योंकि ये यहाँ यूज़ होगा. सो यू विल सी नाउ आई हैव टू फाइंड एफ ऑफ x1 माइनस एफ ऑफ x2. सो एफ ऑफ x1 माइनस एफ ऑफ x2 मॉडुलस लिया, माइनस एल प्लस एल किया, देन एफ ऑफ x1 माइनस एल इसके साथ माइनस कॉमन लेके एफ ऑफ x2 माइनस एल. नाउ दिस इज़ लेस देन और इक्वल टू a माइनस बी मॉडुलस. ये भी हमारे पास इनइक्वालिटी होती है दैट a माइनस बी मॉडुलस इज लेस देन इक्वल टू a मॉडुलस प्लस b मॉडुलस. सो जब ये रिजल्ट प्लस के साथ ट्रू है तो माइनस के साथ तो डेफिनेटली ट्रू है. सो दे हैव यूज्ड दिस इज लेस देन इक्वल टू a मॉडुलस प्लस b मॉडुलस. देन अगर हम यहाँ से माइनस साइन कॉमन ले लेंगे, सॉरी नहीं लेना. सो नाउ एफ ऑफ x1 माइनस एल मॉडुलस इज लेस देन एप्सिलॉन बाय 2 and f of x2 minus L modulus is less than epsilon by 2. So it will become plus. So so finally you have proved that f of x1 minus f of x2 modulus is less than epsilon by using these two values from here. So hence the result. So they are also saying the above result is very useful if in a problem we are able to show that this is greater than epsilon, then we can say limit does not exist. So you will see in the example that this result is mostly used to prove that limit does not exist. And this article as such is very important. And now we will start with the examples.